right, we haven't been static for a while.
Yes.
Last year, 2 years, how many years? Been doing car reviews straight out of the cinema.
Yes.
But for Backrooms, we decided let's rather go home and...
Yes, this is one you had to sleep on,
Yeah.
I think.
Cool. Kane Parsons directed this. He's 20 years old. Everyone's making a big thing about that. Young guy. This whole genesis of the whole Backrooms thing, it's like an online, kind of in creepypasta, like the Slender Man myths
Yes.
and all those kind of things got born and stuff. Something that he picked up and made it his own and sort of used Blender to create these strange liminal spaces and very, very cool moods attached to it. And it's this whole big thing that I know nothing about.
Yes, me neither.
I never got into it, never saw any of it. So I think it was actually probably an advantage because there will be so many people who are now so precious about what it's supposed to be and now what they turned it into for a feature film.
Yeah.
And you know, online clips is not the same as a 90-minute feature film.
It's beautiful. Am I right?
Hello?
The movie is very clearly set in the 90s. I think that is so abundantly clear, and also something that was, I thought, done really, really well. It was 1990.
It's like this 80s, 90s crossover. The furniture, the clothing,
right.
the whole vibe of it.
And it's very, it's, you know, it's like the 90s, you can't do it like the 80s. It's not as, it's much more nuanced.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the one thing that I thought I was seeing it wrong, but the footage, the found footage was banding, it was interlacing.
Yeah, yeah.
Which would be correct then.
Yeah,
for the format.
It's a handy cam. And,
yes.
and also it's okay. Well, just quickly, it's a guy who owns a furniture store. His marriage fell apart.
Yes.
He's got a therapist, and there's constantly issues with the power. He's got a huge power bill, and then this one night he's sleeping in the store.
He's living in the store basically.
Yeah,
yes.
and he's drinking. So obviously it's a flawed character. You know, he drinks because of various personal reasons. But then he finds this kind of doorway. It's not a door, it's a doorway that you can't see.
Yeah.
And he finds himself in this gigantic sprawling space of strange backrooms.
Yes, I think the scariest idea about that whole scenario is that I've always been very fascinated by the idea of time slips. And this is sort of it's not a time slip, it's more like a dimensional slip.
Yeah, it's this other place.
Yeah, it's scary. You can walk into it unknowingly. There's lots of stories of people walking into these sort of things unknowing. And
it doesn't adhere to our physics. It's this whole other place that I think they mentioned something where it's sort of a place that misremembers things.
For me,
it's like this whole other existence that is just wrong and off.
Yeah, for me, it's not only the liminal space, because it's a big space, so you expect there to be, it's like an office building. So it looks like an office building, but it's all strange. You would expect there to be lots of people, but it's incredibly empty and isolating. And for me, it was very much, for me, it was like a metaphor for isolation that people feel today, and also like the lack of communication and contact, and the lack of originality, like things remembering something but not remembering it perfectly, so it just recreates a lesser version of a lesser version of a lesser version.
Yeah, I mean copies of copies, especially when it comes to digital copies stay pretty much the same, but when analog things get copied, and it just deteriorates and deteriorates.
Yes.
And this is also set in a more analog era, so there's still cassettes and VHS and old CRT TVs. And
It's
I mean,
pre-cell phone even.
yeah,
It's pre-cell phone.
and
yes.
people have been very fascinated by that kind of technology lately.
Yes.
So it fits well, and things get very, very strange.
It gets it starts very strange. I mean, your first setting is already you basically start in the back room. You see what happens there, and you're taken out of it, and you start seeing things from the perspective of Clark, the lead actor. And Clark has two people or a girl that works for him, his assistant manager, Kat. And unfortunately, I felt sorry for them. He involved them in this whole back room as well. He got them in there. For me, it was brilliantly done. It was so disturbing on so many levels. I think many people will relate to it from a nightmare perspective. I mean, I've had nightmares of being in a strange building, being on my own. Like I said to you yesterday, it's generally like there's always issues with lifts. Small lifts, big lifts, lifts that go vertical, up and down, sideways.
Horizontal.
Yeah. So it's very much sort of tapping into that sort of fear. And I think the biggest thing is a fear of isolation, and maybe getting lost.
And like his psychiatrist is alone. And it's that kind of, not necessarily lonely, but he's alone. The space is also very much a character in this movie. Except some other things pop up later, which we won't discuss, but but this is that kind of this is the main character, and it reflects a lot of things about the human characters. But the movie has very much both a claustrophobic and an agoraphobic feeling.
And
it's a weird combination of these two.
You'd think that because it's such a ginormous space that you wouldn't get the feeling of claustrophobia, but I think the viewer of the film, you get claustrophobic because you're understanding that someone's going deeper and deeper, especially as they move forward and they go from room to room, and it's a labyrinth.
And it's bright. It's not dark. There's like one dark room with like a Christmas tree where something strange happens, but for the most part, it's bright fluorescent lighting.
Yes.
And it's like The Shining, where there was. I mean, most of the time it's bright.
I felt
but it's scary.
I felt very like a Shining feel, especially the psychiatrist. Her mom is obviously she also has flashbacks, and I think her flashbacks are in and of itself also scary and very depressing. And at the scene where her mom was in the institute, I think that to me was so like The Shining. There was something very strong that felt like The Shining there.
Yeah, and it's like I said, people have been saying, oh, he's a very young filmmaker. Well, the thing is, filmmakers used to get discovered by, you go to film school, you maybe make a short film, someone gets to see it, or a music video. But now it's people can make something and put it online, and someone can spot it and they think, well, there's potential here, and then they can, pull you in and make a movie. And it happens. And I mean, some people will probably be pissed off about that because that's not the way you're supposed to go about it. But I mean, that's fine. That's the way things are turning. Obviously, we prefer not to have a case where everyone just prompts an AI movie. So I mean, this is still a very, very practical movie, and just the amount of sets. It's very cool. You can't tell when it's a set and when they kind of turned it into a CGI extension. And I know that they did do quite a few sets, and it is very effective. It just feels like this ever expanding illogical place.
It also, I got like a strong sense in some of the rooms. Remember the Philadelphia project?
Where things are halfway stuck.
Yeah, where it's almost like something disappeared, and then when it came back, things had shifted, and it got lodged, it got together, all screwed up.
Yeah. stuck in it.
Which is also scary because now you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, how did this happen? Can it happen with Clark now wandering around in there?
And his character also takes an interesting turn down the line.
Yes.
The characters aren't. They seem obvious on the surface at the beginning, but it's not the case.
Yeah, and it was quite a twist for me. I was actually it was quite a twist. I can't say anything more, but it was quite a twist for me, and I was quite surprised. I was taken aback at some point in the movie when I realized what was going on. And there were times in the movie where I felt physically sick.
There's a bit of a MC Escher moment with stairs and things going in weird directions and a very long drop.
Yes.
It was very, very, very uncomfortable.
It's just so incomprehensible, I think is the right word.
Yeah.
The space and the notion that something like that might exist somewhere scares the holy fucking crap out of me.
And also, I mean, there's no explanation of really why and how and what.
No.
Later on, you think that there might be, but it seems pretty much just a what the fuck. What is this?
Yeah.
And is this the only place? Is it all over is it everywhere? Is it just this specific spot?
Yeah, and I was starting to wonder, like, is the back room the world and we are the back room, or are we,
No, I think it's the other way around, because that is kind of a bad interpretation of what it thinks the world is.
I guess, yeah. Yes.
But whoever's and whatever's in them could think of it the other way around.
It's like the back room has got a very strong consciousness, and it's very aware of what is happening. Not to give anything away, but there was mention of a rat. Mm-hmm. And I do think if you catch it, you'll understand. I think that's what I saw. Yeah.
Because whatever is in the real world is replicated very strangely
in this back room. Yes.
And I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't expect anything, because the Slender Man wasn't a very good interpretation. There's a very interesting character and whole story, but they just kind of homogenized it a bit and Hollywood-defied it.
Yes.
And it wasn't that great. But this one, it was a case of, okay, well, let's see what happens. And because I don't know so much about it, I can't say, well, this is right or that is wrong.
And it was perfect for an A24. This is what you sort of expect from an A24 movie. Well, this is what I kind of expect from an A24 movie. I just thought it was brilliant in how disturbing it was. I was shocked at how it completely got me by surprise. And then when even the feeling even lingered when we left the cinema and we walked around in the empty Cavendish Centre. It felt so weird.
Yes, if you exit the cinema in an empty mall. In after 10 at night. And the director also co-created the music and the soundscapes and stuff.
The music was brilliant.
Which is what he did when he did these little Blender 3D things with and created his own soundtracks. So that was very cool. And we sat through the end credits as well with like a kind of a song. Was it a song?
Yeah, it was.
It's music with like kind of voice.
Yes.
Kind of narration stuff
very
happening in the background.
It felt actually 80s.
Very trippy, like sort of trippy.
Yeah.
Not trippy as in
nice trippy.
Hey dude, it's just like uneasy strangeness.
Yeah, this movie almost feels like a public service announcement about why you shouldn't do acid. That's how I felt about it. Yeah, I think messing it could also be a metaphor for like dementia. For me, it could be a metaphor for so many things.
I think it could be whatever you project onto it.
Yes.
But not specifically for this character, it makes sense for his issues and problems and how this place opened up to him, and he's,
Yes.
we're not going to say how he responds to it, but obviously
No.
at first with extreme curiosity and completely freaked out and what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And we'll leave it at that because you need to see it for yourself and
Yes.
and experience it. And I think it's well worth the watch.
Oh, definitely.
And also James Wan is one of the producers behind Saw series and Insidious, Conjuring as well, and Oscar Perkins, who did Long Legs and Blackcoat's Daughter, The Monkey recently, and also I think Sean Levy, also one of the producers on Stranger Things.
Okay.
I saw his name there as well. So that's quite a backing for a 20-year-old to make his first feature film.
And it showed. It was evident. People that know what they were doing, know what they wanted. The aesthetic, the sound, the pacing. There's very little. I can't really fault anything in this film. For a change, everything was bright and not dark, which was nice.
And like I said, that adds to the effect where, if you can make someone uneasy in a brightly lit area as opposed to the old, and also with the the dark grading and the digital projectors dimmed look in the cinema, it always comes out milky and washed out. So here it was not at all the case. There were a couple of dark spots, but not as much.
And and it's just everything about it was on point for me. The acting, everything was on point.
I mean, recently there's been so many kind of slasher throwbacks happening, and just the same old stuff round and around. So this is a refreshing. I mean, okay, well, this has been around for a while, but it's something, like I said, we never experienced, never watched any of the clips or know the mythology behind it.
And I don't think that a scary movie has ever made me feel the way that I felt watching this one.
Well, maybe Mulholland Drive wasn't a scary movie, but Mulholland Drive definitely, after seeing that, you've got this weird buzzy kind of a trippy feeling, but that's the sound and the light, all the lighting and all
this was more like terror. It was disturbing on a too general level. How everyday things can, thinking about the therapist, her flashbacks, it's more like they are able to create a sentiment of pure despair, which I think to create that without overkilling on blood and guts. Well, there's a little bit, but not enough to mention. But to create that feeling is quite amazing.
Yeah, no, I think they succeeded. Like I said, I think the most, I don't know, you either like it or you don't. Whichever movie you watch, you can't convince someone to like something they don't. But for someone who's not aware of the whole Backrooms mythology, I really enjoyed it. And like I said, probably people who are so deep into it, they will be complaining. And I think I saw someone somewhere, I think was scrolling through Facebook, I don't know who it was just something that popped up, they gave it their 0 out of 10 review. So that's obviously a super fan that's nitpicking everything that has to be exactly.
Especially with something originating on 4chan, and that's open for for people to add and to play with it and to form their own narratives. I think the whole idea, when I read a little piece that said, the biggest thing in the back room is not to fall asleep. If you fall asleep next to a piece of paper, you turn into a stick man because you are. Okay, there's so much detail, and there's like so many levels, and there's
people add things to it constantly.
People constantly adding and building to this universe. But I think, as a basic sort of premise of the concept of this back room, I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
You also know, you've seen this one, so now if they were now to make another one, it'll instantly be No, well, it's kind of been done.
Yes, absolutely.
But then it could just be its own genre on its own, like any other kind of horror subgenre.
Yeah.
Unless it's interesting. But
Yeah,
how much can you really add to it?
I was thinking last night, I wonder what the movie would have looked like if Michel Gondry had made it.
It's very much up his alley.
Yeah.
He would have been a good choice if they just picked a director. That'd probably be one of the best choices.
Yeah, but I don't know if he would manage to put the fear element in. He's more whimsical.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought it was, for me, I said to Paul last night, it's probably one of the best films I've seen in a very, very long time.
Except The Ugly Stepsister you liked.
Loved it, but I
We
mean,
caught up on that after it was released.
but as a new film that I've
Yeah.
now seen in the cinema.
Yeah. Because we missed quite a few new releases in cinema, that's why we haven't been here in a while, but we're back.
They're back. Okay, score.
Back for, yeah, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. Tell us in the comments. Score, I would give it an 8 out of 10.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay, so 8.5 out of 10, that's a good score.
I was thinking of giving it a 10 out of 10 actually, but I can't imagine anything would get so close to ticking all the boxes, but let's see.
So yeah, if you like beige, faded yellows, and cream, this movie's for you. There's a lot of that shit.
And the 90s aesthetic, I think that to me
Wooden
also.
furniture.
And
And analog vibe.
yes.
Yeah, if you've experienced that period in history, it's not nostalgic, but
No.
it's a familiar vibe.
Yeah, I think having lived it, definitely. Yeah, and maybe because the 90s for me was tumultuous, I think it resonated more.
Hey, and we remember the 80s, and I remember the 70s. You remember half the 70s. I remember all the 70s. Anyway, okay, cool. Hopefully we will be doing some more of these down the line, not necessarily driving like we've been doing for a couple of years. We would chill here and chat to you in front of a portion of our movie and music collection.
Yes.
But yeah, so we highly recommend Backrooms,
Absolutely.
and let us know what you think, if you've seen it or if you're familiar with the whole mythology.
Yes.
Yeah, we will catch you later.